everyone, and welcome to Northdale Middle School Pool for CTN's live coverage of girls high school swimming. Tonight, a Northwest Suburban match between the Cardinals and the Orioles. Joe Young, High Shapiro up above the action. A privilege to be inside. That is not afforded, unfortunately, to fans. But these young ladies still able to get in the pool and compete. Cardinals will be in the bottom three lanes. Osseo at the top of your screen. We start with the 200 medley relay. And Eleanor Defoe and Emily Kirsting are in the middle. But it's Coon Rapids with Eleanor Defoe and Isabella Nortram getting to the wall first. Natalie Falk and Trinity Hooten into the water.
Yeah, very different environment. Obviously, we're sitting up here on the balcony where we normally sit, but we're usually surrounded by many people. Unfortunately, at least for tonight's meet, no fans. They did pass a rule. We'll be able to get some fans here starting on the 19th of October. There'll be fans at indoor events. I believe they're limited to 250.
Alexis Horn with a great breaststroke to go from third place to first and give Amber Kroonquist the lead as she enters the pool. Nora Danik trying to track her down in the fourth lane. Just below Danik is Caitlin Robinson keeping pace with her teammate. And now a challenge up top in lane 6 from Katie McGee, challenging both of them for the number 2 spot. As we see the leader, Faith Lamar, in lane 5. And she has a huge lead entering the freestyle. Caitlin Robinson, a great leg to get her team into that second place spot for Emma Fitzgerald. She and Michaela D'Souza are neck and neck for that number 2 spot, but not far behind is Savannah Dickey up in lane 6. Easily coasting to the wall with a win is Faith Lamar in lane 5. A big 8 points for Osseo to start the meet. Michaela D'Souza pushing hard to get to the wall in second. Savannah Dickey will take third for the Orioles. So a 10-4 start to the meet for Osseo.
Yeah, and that team in lane 5 for the Orioles did a great job of jumping out to that early lead. And as you mentioned, making up some good time and able to capture the top spot.
We will take a break. The 200 freestyle coming up next. You're watching CTN's live coverage of girls high school swimming and diving.
Hey, Dad, I need your help asking Jessica to prom.
Of course. Love is like the ocean. You have to tread the
Oh,
waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Hey, Jessica. Will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
Middle school pool for the 200 freestyle between Osseo and Coon Rapids. A strong 1-3 finish in the 200 medley relay has Osseo in front by a 10-4 score.
Yeah, nice jump for Osseo to get out that kind of a lead. And Cardinals looking to see if they can close it by a few here.
Look at Doug Donaldson on the deck.
Yeah, obviously he has a lot of thoughts. It's been an unusual year, quite obviously, and the girls have responded well.
Coon Rapids at the bottom of your screen, from bottom to top: Ella Cassidy, Ella Hacker, Caitlin Robinson, and Madeline Picat. The Osseo Orioles put Maddie Almquist in lane 5, Emily Kirsting in lane 6, and Kyla Mertz is at the top of your screen. And Hacker
She's got a nice
with
lead.
a huge lead in
Yep.
the first 50.
Yeah,
Cardinals put their 2 freshmen in their top 2, and Robinson and Picard are running neck and neck and just off pace in second place. But really a 4-person race for the number 2 spot right now.
Yeah, Hackers are opening up her lead. She's just swimming well. She got off to that nice jump and continued to push.
Emily Kirsting trying to pull away up in lane 6 for that number 2 spot. Hacker is about half a length in front of second place. Keeping close is Picard in lane 4. And now it's Robinson and Alquist that are falling back closer to a battle for the number 4 spot. But talking to Coach Doug Donaldson, he says this is a smaller team in Osseo, but they have some speed at the top and some talent. So every point is going to matter. Every 4th and 5th place, the differences we can make in those spots will be big. And now Picard starting to get herself a little bit of a lead over Kirsting 2 lanes over.
Yeah, she was able to keep pace with her and then did a nice job of taking that lead. Hacker's going to coast.
Will coast in easily with the win. Picard is surging in the final 50 to 75, and she will get second. Osseo looks like it will be Kirsting in 3rd up in lane 6. Alquist in lane 5 will take 4th, and Caitlin Robinson will finish in 5th place for the Cardinals.
That was a nice race by Hacker. Ella did a nice job as getting off the blocks, and she really didn't look back. She increased her lead as she went.
Well, and a 1-2 finish for Coon Rapids. A great way to start the individual events after falling behind in the 200 relay. We'll take a break. Up next is the 200 individual medley. You're watching CTN's live coverage of girls high school swimming and diving. Downfield, Milwaukee behind the defense has the catch, and he is gone.
Great showing in the 100 butterfly. She can't quite catch the leader. And it's hard to throw you for a loop.
No, not when it comes to swimming.
Oh, it's so nice to all be sitting down together. You can tell me something they did today.
I drew a horsey.
Good for you, son.
I started smoking.
I love you too, sweetheart.
I'm selling bongs out of our minivan.
I got a tramp stamp.
I'm getting implants.
I'm dating your brother.
Uh-huh.
I'm cooking meth in the basement.
Great idea, kiddo. That's why you're so popular at school.
So 1-2-5 finish for Coon Rapids in the second event has us all even after 2, 15 apiece. And the 200 individual medley coming up, including and featuring the young lady who holds every record in school history, Megan Schultz.
Yeah, she's not too bad. Pretty good swimmer. I'm looking forward to seeing her race here.
She is at the bottom of your screen. Above her are Trinity Hooten and Emma Schmidt for the Cardinals. Faith Lama and Israel Lama are in 5 and 6 for Osseo, both just 7th graders. Lizette Torres Gutierrez is up at the top of the screen, and Megan Schultz starting to fly away through the butterfly portion. But Faith Lama in lane 5 starting to separate herself from that pack through the butterfly section.
Yeah, Cards would, with Megan Schultz here, you're pretty much going to get a first place finish most of the time. And she's such an excellent swimmer. But Cardinals, if they can capture a second here too, that would be huge.
Well, and this should be a good race between Faith Lamar and Emma Schmidt in the middle. The Cardinal Junior, another one of their stronger swimmers who gets a lot of first, second place finishes. And she's right on Faith Lamar's heels at the turn at the halfway point, and really a good battle going for fourth between Israel Lamar in lane 6 and Trinity Hooten for Coon Rapids in lane 3.
Well, Coach Donaldson talked about this is going to be a close match, and so this should be coming down right to the wire.
Faith Lamar, great push off the wall in the middle of the butterfly, and she's got about a length and a half lead on Schmidt in the middle for that second place spot. See how far ahead Megan Schultz is, just about a full length of the pool. Turning in second place is Faith Lamar. Right behind her is Hacker, and now we see turning is Israel Lamar currently in fourth, and trying to track her down for the Cardinals is Trinity Hooten. And Lamar, a great
Well, she's really opened up her lead for second place.
She has absolutely flown. That's why she was swimming the freestyle portion of that 200 medley relay that won. She's in easily in second. Hacker will be in third, or Schmidt will be in third, and this will be a race right to the end. And Hooten out-touched just barely 5/100ths.
Wow.
No, 15/100ths of a second. My math's off.
Very good.
But either way, Israel Lamar out-touches for fourth place. Cardinals will take first, third, and fifth. We will take a break and be back with the Splash and Dash 50 Freestyle next on CTN. And they're up in the sprint 50 free. Cardinals have Emma Fitzgerald, Eleanor Defoe, Isabella Nordstrom, and Michaela Souza in lanes 1 through 4. Amber Kruhnquist in lane 5, Maddie Tom, Olivia Lagat, and Katie McGee all the way up top. Cruising to the victory is going to be Amber Kruhnquist in lane 5 for Osseo. Osseo will take 1-2, Coon Rapids 3-4. And fifth place will go to Coon Rapids as well. So Coon Rapids a 1-2 finish for Osseo, a 3-4-5 finish for Coon Rapids. And we will take a break. Up next, diving. You're watching CTN's live coverage of girls high school swimming and diving from Northdale Middle School Pool.
The award-winning community programming by CTN Coon Rapids is funded exclusively by cable subscribers. Without those subscribers, we would not exist. So no more coverage of local news, stories, events, and sports in our community. So thank you for subscribing to cable TV and for supporting CTN.
Back at Northdale Middle School Pool, just starting the diving competition. Natalie Moynow with a forward somersault in the pike position.
Just waiting for her scores. There he goes. A couple of 5s and 4.5 for 21.75.
And now Maya Johnson. Forward dive in the pike position, 1.3. Difficulty, and she gets a 20.15.
Yeah, two 5.5s and a 4.5. Nice entry into the water.
Up next, Jocelyn Hudak of Coon Rapids. Forward dive tuck position, came over a little bit. .14.4.
Such good sportspersonship here. 3 4s.
Lauren Hallstrom from Osseo, a front 1.5 in the pike position. And they're using separate boards for the divers, so we're moving pretty quick. Lucy Janoska for Coon Rapids now with a forward 1.5 in the tuck position.
Forward 1.5 somersault, top 1.6.
Got out of it a little bit too late, pretty flat.
Didn't get the extension that she wanted, I'm sure. You see her scores, 2 3s and a 2.
Not the start she was hoping for, but it's just dive 1 of 6. Laura Christnagel for Osseo now. Forward dive in the pike position. And so far, the best score of this first round.
Yeah, she's got 2 6s and a 5.5. A nice dive there.
But now Cardinals' Josie Ingvoldson. One and a half, very clean.
Yeah, nice entry to the water.
Position.
Yeah, very nice dive. She should score good, well for this.
She's Cardinals leader in the event, and the
look at that.
One of their captains, I believe.
3 6.5s for a 31.20. That was a nice dive.
And now Abby Almquist. And she's very clean in the pike position, a little bit harder. 1.7.
Not quite.
Not quite going to overtake her with a 29.75.
Still respective 2 6s and a 5.5.
And now Claire Hartung. Same dive. Hers is pretty clean. The heels came over a little bit at the end, a little over rotation, but she's solidly in third place at this point. Savannah Dickey also going to do the forward 1.5 with in a pike position. And another solid dive. Little bent, still in exactly the same scores as Claire Hartung at 26.35, so they tie for the third best in round number 1 as we move ahead to round number 2. And Natalie Moynow with a forward 1.5 in the tuck position.
Dive number 103C, forward
Well, now that we've got the scoreboard up there, what do you need me for?
Yeah. Right?
Good rotation, a little far from the ball, little far from the board, and little too fast, and the over rotation leads to a big splash.
Score is 19.2. Diving second is Maya with 103C.
Up to a 40.95 for her first two dives.
1.7.
Maya Johnson, good placement off the board, and again you see that over rotation, the leg whip comes around a little bit, and a little bit too much splash.
And her score reflects that of a couple of 4s and a 4.5.
And now Jocelyn from Coon Rapids, the first to go inward. In the tuck position, and pretty good looking dive. 5s across the board.
Yeah, she's going to be able to get enough rotation. Pretty decent entrance into the water. Earned her 5s across the board.
Lauren Holstrom, a very clean reverse dive. Good clean lines, got her body straight.
Yeah, she gave her a couple of 5s and a 4.5 on that one.
Lucy Jinkosa going to be happier with that than her first one. Dive a little bit tough, but that one much cleaner.
Yeah, it earned her 2 5s and a 5.5. Yeah, much better than the first one.
Forward 1.5 pike position for Laura Chrisnagel.
That earned her a couple of 5s and a 4.5. 47.40 so far for her. Her score.
And now Ingvaldson, who leads with a 31.2 from the first round, a forward 1 somersault, 1 twist, free position. Pretty clean, cranked up the difficulty. We're going to see the next couple of divers put some bigger, more difficult dives on the board and see if they can.
Next diver is Abby.
Well, I don't think she got any points for that.
She failed the dive?
She must have, because they put 0s across. Maybe she didn't do exactly what she was supposed to. That'll hurt, because she was in the lead.
Gives an opportunity to Abby Almquist. Double somersault, tuck position.
She didn't have a clean entrance into the water, though.
Score is 29.7. Diving ninth is Claire with 401B. 1.5.
But that puts her in the lead. And now Claire Hartung. Inward dive, pike position, pretty clean for Hartung. Twisted a little bit.
Score is 24.75.
And she and Savannah Dickey were tied, but now Dickey has a much harder dive here with a 2.2. forward double. Got out of it just in time, hit the water. The knee's still pretty tucked, but
a little bit of an
this
angle.
should put her into second place, and it does.
Beginning round 3 with Natalie in dive number 201C, back dive top to 1.5.
Back to the top of the order, as they say, and Natalie with a back dive in the tuck position. Went over, did not get straightened out, and hit very flat.
Score is 7.5. Next diver is Maya with 5121Z, forward 1 somersault, after with 1.7.
Front somersault with a half twist in the free position for Maya Johnson.
Score is 18.7. Next diver is Jocelyn with 201A, backside straight, 1.7.
Straight back dive for Jocelyn Hudak.
That'll give her a 3.5, a 3, and a 2.5.
Next diver is Lauren with 401B, inward dive pipe, 1.5.
Solid dive. Gets her nice scores, 6.5 and 2 6s.
Next diver is Lucy with 201A, back dive straight, 1.7.
Lucy Juncosa with an elegant back dive. In the straight position, that one should get her decent scores.
Yeah, a couple 4.5s and a 4.
Score is 22.10. Next diver is Laura with 302Z, reverse 1 somersault tuck, 1.6.
Good looking dive for Laura Christnagel. Good rotation, kept it relatively tight to the board, and was good and straight when she hit the water.
Next diver is
Yeah,
Josie.
pretty good score too as well. 50, I'm sorry, 5.5, 5.5, and 5.
That's a big dive for Josie. It's an easier dive, but she had to nail it after the fail on dive 2.
Yeah,
so
because
she's got catching up to do.
She does, and she scored really well on her first dive, and unfortunately that failure to dive on the second one really hurt her.
Abby Alquist leading after 2 rounds. Somersault in the free position with a full twist. And she got the elements, and that increases her score. She's cranked up the difficulty, and she's nailed her last couple of dives, and especially with the one fail for Ingvaldson, it'll be hard to catch. And now Claire Hartung currently in 3rd. Wow, she stayed really close to the board. Got
that makes me
good
nervous.
rotation. Maybe jumped off to the side just a little bit, but that was a nice looking dive.
Yeah.
Good tight curl.
Oh, she gets so close to the board.
Little tiny bit of a bend at the waist when she hit the water, but really nice looking dive. Savannah Dickey, back dive, straight position. And she is now going to be just 1.1 points out of second place behind Hartung. Alquist has the lead after 3 rounds. We're back to the top with Natalie Moyno. Reverse dive, tuck position.
Got a lot of space from the board.
Yeah, that's more than ideal, but it makes it a lot less nervous.
Yeah, exactly.
When I see it reverses and inwards that are further out. Maya Johnson back dive straight. And that was nice and clean.
It was.
Good arc. Entered very straight.
Our next diver is Jocelyn with 52.11A, backside straight 1.8.
Jocelyn's going to throw a twist into the mix. Not able to keep the legs together as she came over, but
Score is 18.
now Lauren Hallstrom, an inward somersault tuck position. Solid dive for Lauren.
She's able to get herself relatively straight, 5.5, 2 5s.
Next diver is Lucy with 401B, inward dive pipe 1.5.
Lucy inward dive in the pike position.
Gets a couple 5.5s and a 5.
Inward dive pipe 1.5.
Good clean entry for Laura Christnagel.
Yeah, she's got a nice. She got a interesting score, a 6, a 5.5, and a half. Half a point.
Score is 27. Our next diver is Josie.
Oh, they just
they changed
adjusted
it. Yeah, okay, there you go.
She got 100 points even after 4 dives. And now Josie Ingvoldson. Reverse dive, tuck position.
We're good. We're ready for Josie and dive number 301C, reverse dive top 1.6.
Wow, great height.
Yeah, really nice height. She's able to
nice and tight to the board and
nice entry in the water. It should be a good score for her. Yeah, 3 6.5s. Yeah, just think where she'd be if she hadn't failed that one dive.
Chipping away at that lead. Still 2 dives to go. Alquist in second place or in third place. in first place after 3 dives. She was in one of those places.
Yeah, she's first, third.
She was
second.
first place.
Yep.
After 3 dives.
That was a nice score as well.
28.8. Our next diver is Claire
Now she's in
with
first
301D,
place.
reverse dive
She is.
1.7.
Claire Hartung took over the second place spot in round 3. And she's very clean as well.
Good height.
Barely a bubble as she hit the water.
And she should score well. Well, 6.5, 2 5.5.
7.5. Next diver is Savannah with 401D, inward dive tight.
And Savannah Dickey was just 1.1 point behind Hartung. Her dive a 1.5 compared to Hartung's 1.7. And she will stay in the third spot at 110.35. Natalie Moy now. Inward dive in the tuck position. Should say that was Jocelyn Hudak's last dive, dive 4. So now just 9 remain into round 5. This is Maya Johnson. Inward dive, tuck position.
Couple of 4.5s and a 4.
Next diver is Lauren with 201D.
And now Lauren Hallstrom.
1.7.
Good, quiet motion up and over in the arc.
Yeah, she should score well. She did 2 6s and a 5.5.
Our next diver is Lucy with 403C, inward 1.5 somersault, 2.2.
Now Lucy Juncosa, inward 1.5 in the tuck position. Got out of it late, not quite enough height off the board. The rotation at it was actually pretty good, but without the height,
yeah, she didn't. The entry,
not able to come out of it until too late to get straight.
Nope.
Similar situation, just not enough height to get all the way around.
You're not able to get those legs extended. You can see there, comes in flat.
Josie Ingvoldson back 1.5 in tuck position. Not get quite all the way around and landed very flat.
Yeah.
Not the dive she needed. Not the kind of night that Josie was hoping to have.
Nope.
Abby Alquist up next.
Well, anytime you miss one, makes it tough.
Your current leader. Alquist good and clean on the inward pike.
Yeah, she does a nice job of extension, getting in the water cleanly. Scores a 6.5, a 6, and a 5.5.
Next diver is Claire with 203C, back 1.5 somersault.
Hartung currently in second after 4 rounds. Difficult dive, but still pretty flat when she hit the water.
You can see here she just couldn't get her legs extended out straight.
And now Savannah Dickey, an opportunity for her to jump into that number 2 spot. She would need 28.6, but with a 2.2 degree of difficulty, she's able to do it. And we go to the final round, and Natalie inward somersault. Knee's still a little bent as she hit the water, but should get into the triple digits.
Next diver is Maya with 402C, inward 1 somersault top, 1.6.
Maya Johnson, similar, still bent a little bit as she hit the water, but she'll finish with a 123.05.
Couple of 4s and a 3.5.
Full somersault, full twist, free position.
She did a nice job on the twist.
Scores 19.55.
Not as high as she would like. Got a 2 from judge number 2.
Forward 1 somersault, half twist free, 1.7.
Lucy Juncosa, forward 1.5, or front somersault, half twist, free position. Leaning a little bit over the top as she entered, but kept the body pretty straight.
Score is 14.45. Next diver is Laura with 402A, back 1 somersault straight, 1.7.
Chris Nagel was in 4th position after 5 rounds, and that was a good clean dive to finish with a 147.05.
Yeah, 4.5, a 4, and a 3.
With 52.21D, back 1 somersault, half twist free, 1.7.
Good clean dive for Josie to finish with. She's probably not going to factor into the
Next diver is Abby with 203C, back 1.5.
score, maybe grabbing that 5th spot with a 134.15. Abby Alquist is the leader. And she has the most difficult dive in the final round. And she hit it.
Score is 25.
And that should stand with a 172.15 as top score to beat. Claire Hartung at a 138. And she has a strong finish.
She did.
Hoping that she can climb back into that number 2 spot. 166.15. So Savannah will have this dive to determine it. She's a reverse dive, tuck position 1.6. She needs 26.1 points.
It was a nice
and a
dive.
good clean dive.
That should get her that. Oh, no, it doesn't.
It does not. So Claire Hartung with a strong final dive will go from third to second, and that's a big point.
Yep.
In a meet that is going to be this close. But Osseo taking control through the diving portion. We'll take a short break and be back with more from the swimming lanes. Up next, the 100 butterfly. You're watching girls swimming and diving on CTN.
Hey.
Okay. If you love me enough to tolerate my perfect little pets and all their glorious dander, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
School pool, the 100 butterfly. Osseo has jumped to the lead after a good performance off the board. Natalie Falk, Nora Danik, and Emma Schmidt are the Cardinals in the pool. Amber Kroonquist, Marina Mascarenas, and Israel Lama are the Orioles in the water, and Kroonquist is way out front after the first 50. It'll be a race for second place.
Yeah, she's got a huge lead.
Emma Schmidt and Mascarenas are pretty much neck and neck, battling for number 2. And Nora Danik and Israel Lama are pretty tight looking at the number 5 spot. Kroonquist going to win this one pretty easily. And right down to the final turn, Schmidt and Mascarenas are even. Mascarenas maybe a little bit of a fingertip lead as they come down to the end. It looks like Lama has cemented the spot in 4th. And a great last 10 to 15 yards for Emma Schmidt will get her the second place finish. Lama will take 4th, and Danik will come in 5th. We will take a break. Up next, the 100 freestyle. You're watching CTN's live coverage of girls swimming and diving.
The Coon Rapids Recycling Center can help you recycle all of your old appliances and electronics. From your old refrigerator To washers and dryers, we can help you recycle your appliances and keep them out of the waste stream, which is required by state law. When it comes to electronics, some fees may apply. Check our website for more details. The Coon Rapids Recycling Center, helping you recycle even more.
Osseo able to expand their lead to 53-41 with that performance in the 100 butterfly. And they've got another big gun coming up. Faith Lamar, we've already seen her, the 7th grader, doing some pretty special things early on, and she is in lane 5 for the 100 freestyle. Maddie Tom and Katie McGee are the other Orioles in the pool. Emma Fitzgerald will be at the bottom of your screen in lane 1. Isabella Nortrum, Michaela D'Souza, and Madeline Picat are the other Cardinals. Still plenty of events remain, but Coon Rapids can't let that lead get too large.
Well, I'd like to try and make something up here in this one, but you had talked about it, Faith Lama, with some speed in the water.
It looks like she will have the lead at the first turn. Pretty tight in behind her. It's actually her teammate Maddie Tom who is running in second place as they reach the middle of the race. Down in lane 2 for Coon Rapids, trying to keep pace, is Isabella Nortrum. Nortrum and Picat are running tight for that third spot, but they're still on the heels of Tom up in lane 6. And coming down the final stretch, Faith Lamar is leading the way.
Well,
and it looks like it'll be a 1-2 finish for Osseo again.
Yep.
Coon Rapids will take 3, 4, 5 with D'Souza tagging up in 5th place. But a 1-2 finish will help them stretch the lead even further. 5 events remain. Osseo's stretching it out. Up next, the long distance event, the 500 freestyle. You're watching CTN's live coverage of girls swimming and diving.
Oh, hi. I'm TV's Howie Shapiro. And when I'm not announcing CTN sports broadcasts with my sidekick, Joe Yen, I'm watching all the other great programs on the CTN Studios YouTube page. There's news stories, great local events, and even full games. You can even watch on any smart device with a YouTube app. Whether that's your phone or a tablet, you can watch CTN's great programming wherever and whenever you want. You can even watch CTN's event coverage live. So no matter where you are, you can share in all the excitement. CTN Studios, building community through cable.
Back at Northdale Middle School pool, the long distance event, the 500 freestyle. Ella Cassidy, Sydney Waters, Caitlin Robinson, and Ella Hacker are the Cardinals in lanes 1 through 4 from the bottom up. Maddie Alquist is in lane 5 for Osseo. Alexis Horn and Lizette Torres Gutierrez are above her.
And we always talk about this is an event that you want to try and pace yourself as much as possible because it is the long distance one, but you also want to try and get off to a good start, and I think it's really important to push off the wall that you get. You saw Ella Hacker get a nice push.
Well, and she has the early lead, but very early.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So you got to pace yourself in this one.
Right now, Osseo running in second and third with Alexis Horn and then Maddie Alquist. Coon Rapids in the 4 and 5 spots. with Caitlin Robinson and Sydney Waters. Hacker a quarter of the way through. Five lengths out of 20.
Yeah, lots can happen in this race. You can get an early lead and make sure you don't spend all your energy right away. But she's doing a nice job of controlling this one so far.
Well, and the two Osseo swimmers in lanes 5 and 6, Ahlquist and Horn, pacing each other nicely and comfortably in that number 2 spot. Robinson is running in third for Coon Rapids with Waters right below her, but Ella Cassidy, or Lizette Torres Gutierrez up in lane 7 is not far off of that number in that 5th spot.
No, and then as this race progresses, you'll see just, the amount of opportunity to see if you can overtake one of your swimmers here. As you said, the two Osseo swimmers doing a nice job of just keeping pace.
Well, and distancing themselves from Robinson in third. I mean, that's almost guaranteeing them 7 of the 16 points available for the event.
Still a ways to go.
And really, Robinson closer to them than they are to Hacker, who is just running away with them.
Yeah.
But still, they have a solid 15 yards on Robinson. She has almost a full length on those two, as she turns actually a little bit more than a length. She got off the wall before they got into their turn. A little more than midway through this 500 freestyle. And Hacker is now set to lap third place Robinson.
Yeah, she's moving.
Ahlquist a little bit of a lead over Horn, but still pretty much side by side. Hacker with this turn 3/4 of the way through.
Yeah, and she's really not being challenged at all for first place.
No, will not be.
No.
The challenge for Ahlquist and Horn may be to avoid being lapped.
That's possible.
There's a very real possibility.
Absolutely.
She's half a length behind him to lap him, so she's a length and a half ahead as they reach the 3/4 spot. And she is showing no signs of slowing down.
Oh, she's kept a really nice pace this entire race.
I think before the end, she will lap at least one, if not both of them as well. Lapping the entire field is there's something to be said for that. As she gets into the final 50, or the final 50.
Yep.
And she is overtaking Horn as she gets to that, what is her final turn. I don't know if she'll get to the wall before Ahlquist gets to her final turn, but it's going to be very close. That'll motivate Ahlquist in this last 10 to the wall. She is going to get turned before Hacker.
Yeah, but not by much.
Gets to the wall. But yeah, Hacker, an impressive 5:22.13. And you see Ahlquist with now about a 2-length lead over teammate Alexis Horn for the second place. And Coon Rapids will easily have numbers 4 and 5. As down at the bottom of your screen, Ella Cassidy is several yards ahead of Lizette Torres Gutierrez up at the top. as we see Caitlin Robinson coming down the home stretch, and she tags up in 4th place with a time of 6:18.24. And Waters in with a 38.28. $627.99. Helps if I read the whole time. And finally, getting to the wall is Ella Cassidy as the final finisher down way at the bottom. But another strong 2-3 finish. A great race for Ella Hacker. And Coon Rapids picks up a little bit of ground, but not enough with the deficit they have before them. Just 4 events remain. The 200 freestyle relay is next on CTN.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Nice hands, drives and scores. Event number 18 or number 9. You're only counting varsity events. The 200 free relay, and this should be a great race.
It really should.
In the middle. In lane 4, Coon Rapids has Michaela D'Souza, Emma Schmidt, Ella Hacker, and Megan Schultz. For Osseo, they have Faith Lamont, Savannah Dickey, Israel Lamont, and Maddie Tom. And this is always a fun one. It's 4 straight 50 frees.
Yep. With their
Splash
strong
and
swimmers.
dash, everything you got. And Faith Lamont is going to have the lead as she gets to the wall and gets Dickey into the water. Coon Rapids running 2-3, very neck and neck between Emma Schmidt and Emma Fitzgerald in lanes 4 and 5.
Well, Coon Rapids.
3 and 4. Sorry.
Coon Rapids in that 4 lane with Ella Hacker and Megan Schultz, pretty strong swimmers to try and make up this difference.
Israel Lama has the lead though as she gets the water, and she's getting tracked down by Ella Hacker just below her, and that will set up a fun finish between Megan Schultz and Maddie Tom.
Well, Hacker's going to take the lead.
And that's a big turn for Ella Hacker. And Megan Schultz, I don't think is going to be caught here in the anchor leg. A big first place finish for the Cardinals. They need to finish off the 3rd place as well, which the team of Isabella Nortram, Emma Fitzgerald, Caitlin Robinson, and now Madeline Peacock seems poised to do. But getting out of here with a 10-4 victory point-wise is huge.
Yep.
Cuts that lead. Still only 3 events remain. Cardinals trying to dig their way out of the hole. A nice 1-3 finish in the 200 free relay. Up next is the 100 backstroke. You're watching CTN's live coverage of girls swimming and diving.
Hey, Dad,
I need your help asking Jessica to prom.
Of course. Love is like the ocean. You have to tread the
Oh,
waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Hey, Jessica. Will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
Honey, what I think you need is a socket wrench.
I played JV basketball.
I'm sorry. I don't think it looks right.
This is good, and it's all good, baby.
Is it really all good?
If you love me enough to routinely test your handyman skills, not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
I'm gonna call my dad.
So Coon Rapids able to cut into that lead, still trail by 8 with 3 events remaining. Up next, the 100 backstroke and 3 young Cardinals set to take the water. Nora Danik in lane 2, Eleanor Defoe in lane 3 are both sophomores. Trinity Hooten in lane 4 is just a freshman. Emily Kirsting, Marina Mascarenas, and Keza Luoma Anderson are the Orioles. And Coon Rapids, you know, every point counts. We talked about, but to have first and second place finishes in these last couple events are even bigger than normal. Trinity Hooten is leading at the first turn and being outpaced a little bit by Eleanor Defoe now as she starts to pull away from the pack. But if Coon Rapids could get a 1-2 finish here, it would be gigantic.
Yep.
Defoe doing a nice job of getting the shoulders up on top of the water. And she is stretching herself into that lead. Hooten will be challenged closely by Kirsting right next to her. That's going to be right down to the wire for the second spot. And it could be a good battle for third place between Mascarenas and Danik. A 1-2 finish for Coon Rapids. Ooh. Fourth place will go to Mascarenas just ahead of Danik, but Coon Rapids a 1-2 finish. They needed that with just 2 events left. And we will stay until we have a winner. We take a short break and be back up next. The 100 breaststroke. You're watching CTN's live coverage of girls high school swimming and diving.
So, I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Deficit down to 2 with just 2 events remaining. The 100 breaststroke is next.
Bird is the word.
Megan Schultz in lane 2 toward the bottom of your screen has the fastest time in the state of Minnesota in the 100 breaststroke so far.
I hear she's pretty good.
She's okay.
That's the rumor.
But for the Cardinals, you know, just getting that 6 is not enough. They need to also get, you know, a third place finish. A second would be great, but that's going to be a hard press. Isabel Anton and Natalie Falk are the other Cardinals in the water. Alexis Horn in lane 5 currently is running second place. Olivia Leggett and Lindsay Horn are the other Orioles. But, you know, to at least get that second Cardinal in, even in the top 3, which it's looking like
it's a possibility.
Should be able to do that. It's really a close battle for 3 through 5. It's going to all go right down to the wire. Running away with it is going to be Megan Schultz.
No surprise.
And Alexis Horn is going to finish in second. But here's what it comes down to, and it looks like Natalie Falk is going to take third place. It looks like Osseo will take at least fourth and maybe fifth as well. Isabel Anton is making a push, but it will be a 4-5 finish. But big for Coon Rapids to get that number 3 finish as well. And we will take another break. Coon Rapids jumps back in front, going to the final event. You're watching CTN's live coverage of girls swimming and diving.
The award-winning community programming by CTN Coon Rapids is funded exclusively by cable subscribers. Without those subscribers, we would not exist. So no more coverage of local news, stories, events, and sports in our community. So thank you for subscribing to cable TV and for supporting CTN.
Well, it all comes down to this, Howie. We knew it was going to be a tight one. Here it is. Winner take all in the final event of the night. Coon Rapids finishing the 100 breaststroke. The win for Megan Schultz, the third place finish for Natalie Falk, ties us up. The Cardinal duo in the middle is going to be tough to compete with. Ella Hacker, Madeline Picat, Emma Schmidt, and Megan Schultz. Osseo's top lineup in the middle, Maddie Tom, Emily Kirsting, Alexis Horn, and Amber Kronquist. They also have Israel Lama, Maddie Alquist, Kyla Mertz, and Marina Mascarenas up in the top. But winner take all.
Well, it looks like they changed the lineup a little bit in that lane 4 for Coon Rapids. It looks like Picat led off, because it looks like Schmidt is next, if I'm correct. It looked like maybe they just changed it around and put Hacker at third, and then Schultz.
Either way, it's Maddie Tom leading the way as she gets to the wall and sends Emily Kirsting in, and that is Emma Schmidt. And it was Picat that led off, so they might have put Schmidt or put Hacker
third and
Schultz fourth. It's a tough back half. But Coon Rapids has to be able to stay close as Emma Schmidt tries to track down Eleanor Defoe just right on her heels as they reach the midway point of their race. It's a good battle really going between Eleanor Defoe and Maddie Almquist for third place. As Emily Kirsting is in, I always get backwards because it's top to bottom on the score sheet, bottom to top in the lane assignments, but this is Emily Kirsting getting to the wall in front of Emma Schmidt. It is Ella Hacker that is charged with trying to track down Trinity Wooten.
I think she already has.
She wastes no time catching up. They're even at the turn. And if you're Amber Kroonquist over there, you've got speed.
Yep.
But you know that Megan Schultz is who you have to go against. So you'd really like to have a lead if possible.
Well, the bigger lead that they can develop, the better it is for Coon Rapids. And Hacker's doing a really nice job of opening up the lead.
And she has had a great run. Ella Hacker was behind by about a body length, and now about 3 body lengths ahead as she gets Schultz in the water. And is almost doom for Amber Kroonquist. She would have to have the race of her life. She got a great jump off the blocks and trying to track down one of the faster swimmers in the state of Minnesota, and knowing that the winner takes home the gold. One last lap, and Schultz should be able to clinch it for the Cardinals.
Yeah, it's not going to be close.
Coon Rapids will take 3rd place as well. But a big come from behind after, it looked like in the diving, the stumble for Ingvoldsen and the failed dive, which really affected how many points Cardinals earned in that event. And it looked like after diving and then when the 100 butterfly and the 100 freestyle all went in favor of Osseo. Their lead got as high as 16 points. But credit to the Cardinals being able to battle back down the stretch. And a big win here for their 400 free relay team.
Yeah, really big.
To give them the victory.
Yeah, to get the first and the third. It's impressive. And again, the way they changed their lineup, putting Hacker third, and of course, Megan Schultz as the last swimmer, and she just was able to bring it home.
And Coon Rapids will earn a 96-90 victory. And a big win for them.
Huge win. That was
especially again after unfortunate turn of events for Josie Ingvoldsen.
Yep.
Would have loved to have that one dive back, but this way it led to the drama right to the finish. And Coon Rapids is going to get out of here with the win.
Yeah, and a nice one at that. And it was good that we were able to be here tonight and get an opportunity to televise one of their meets, and a successful one at that.
Yeah, their regular season wraps up already next week, and our season just continues to be packed full as football and volleyball are returning. Volleyball, actually, their season opener was this evening, hosting Spring Lake Park. CTN will be there on Monday when they travel to take on the Rogers Royals. Before that, we'll have football, the home opener against the St. Thomas Academy Cadets. Back-to-back state runners-up. That is live at 7 o'clock on Friday night. Again, Monday is going to be the volleyball game at Rogers, and possibly some soccer section tournament play on Wednesday. But that is going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, the final score from the Northdale Middle School pool, it's Coon Rapids 96 and Osseo 90. We want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young, saying good night.